Hey, Duck fans, busy weekend in the Duck world. Here we are on Monday, first day of the week. And of course, we have to watch Washington play later today. And I'll remind you one last time, okay, that I'm not going to make a whole video about Washington because we're about Oregon. But they're in the national championship against Michigan. Washington is a good football team. They beat Oregon twice. I won't say I don't respect them because I do respect them as a football team. Michael Penix, unreal, Rome Odunze, those guys are elite, next level. I think Washington doesn't get the credit they deserve. That said, under no circumstance are we cheering for Washington to win this football game. We will not hear the end of it. Okay, so make sure you are a Michigan fan. You can wear blue if you want, just don't wear purple. Okay, you're a Michigan fan today. Even if you hate Michigan, and I'm not a big fan of them, you're a Michigan fan today. We'll never hear the end of it if Washington wins this game later on. Anyways, uh, enough about that. Let's enjoy a good game later tonight. Before we get to that point, some awesome news for the Ducks. Okay, Edge Jordan Burch announced he's going to return to Oregon this season. Huge win for Dan Lanning. I think all of us feel that Jordan Burch was possibly the best defensive player last year for Oregon down the stretch, the last three or four games, if you will. He was just a monster off the edge. Of course, it helped that Brandon Dorlus was on the other side. Oregon was pretty solid in the interior, but I think you're looking at Jordan Burch, and I think you're looking at a guy that would have gotten drafted because of his body type, because of the potential that he brings. But you're looking at a mid to late round guy there at best. He comes back and continues on that last month or so that he had at Oregon and does that for an entire year. You're looking at a totally different ball game. I don't know that I'd say first rounder, but you're looking at a very early round potential kind of guy, and he's going to be an absolute difference maker in this defense. Huge. As huge, bigger, I don't know. We can debate, but Ajani Cornelius, the tackle, offensive tackle, is back too for Oregon. Another big announcement. So, whether Burch or Cornelius is bigger, we're splitting hairs because they're both really big, and that's really good news for Dan Lanning. Oregon's ability to get these guys to return is massive, and part of that is the culture that Dan Lanning's created. Part of that is the vision that he's telling that they're going to win games and compete for a national championship. And part of that is the NIL collective that's so well organized at Oregon that they're able to not only lure recruits, which that's one part of NIL, but retaining current players. That's another big part of NIL. And I think Oregon's very well ahead of the curve on just about everybody on that front, which is why they returned so many. In addition, tight end Terrence Ferguson also announced he's coming back. Linebacker Jestin Jacbos, who I felt was pretty good about coming back, is coming back. And again, that's a guy down the stretch, missed half of last season, kind of with that lingering-ish injury. If he can continue to build on what he did the last month or so and into this offseason, you're looking at a guy that could shoot up some NFL draft boards. So another big piece, and we know linebacker is a very big critical position on Dan Lanning's defense. So you've got Bassett back and Jacobs back, Cornelius, Burch, Ferguson. The band's back together, guys. Let's just run it back again, and this time let's beat Washington twice. No, really good news for Oregon. Talked about the Natty game. Last thing I want to go over here, just a couple minutes. How about them Ducks basketball? Okay, I feel bad not talking about Kelly Graves and women basketball. Not a great season. Okay, haven't won a game in conference play so far. It's going to be a long season there. Men's basketball, however, just went on the road and won in Seattle against Washington. Then went to Pullman and beat Washington State. What's today? Monday. So that was Saturday night. Couple big wins for men's basketball. They're starting Mookie Cook's coming back and getting into shape. I think N'Faly Dante's back really, really soon. Probably got a couple more weeks for Biddle, but I mean, look at this team head into February, rocking and rolling, and they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. So let's gear up for some men's basketball. Let's hope Michigan wins. And as always, go Ducks.